It was just one of those things.
One of those things that no matter how much you scrape or polish, you cannot wipe away the pain.
I'm still mad. I'll never get over it.
Hi, is there any questions I can answer for you all? I'm a docent here.
Carol Rubin is a tour guide at the Pentagon Memorial. Yes, she gives tours, but she gave much more than that on September 11th, 2001.
I'm sitting on my son's bench. He was killed in the attack on the Pentagon on 9/11.
Todd Rubin was an attorney flying to California for business. This hand on a bench is as close as Carol Rubin can get to touching her son. She comes here to help others, but also to help herself. She calls the memorial
a soothing place where you can get a feeling of peace, if there is any peace.
Carol and her husband Jesse volunteer to greet visitors here.
My son was killed and he was on the plane, so he was 60.
So your son?
My son was killed.
Yes, her son. There is always that moment of disbelief from a shocked stranger.
He was on the plane, he left from Dulles Airport to go to California, and he ended up here.
Sometimes they'll just, say, I'm very sorry, and I don't want the sorry, I just want the connection that, somebody means something here to me. I mean, all these people have somebody that means something to them.
People are very, very sympathetic. They really are.
For many, it is a time to walk in someone else's shoes.
This is his bench. He was on the plane.
Josh and Rebecca Contant are on their honeymoon.
Her son was a year younger than my mom, so I mean, that's kind of where it really hits home. Is could have been her.
Could have been anyone, but it was Todd Rubin, who doesn't get to see his twin sons grow from boys to young men.
I'm driving his car, his old car.
Is that right?
That makes me feel closer to him. I rub his steering wheel a lot.
It's hard to believe it's 10 years, yet it seems like a lifetime, if that makes sense.
And I come and I talk to people, and it makes me feel better.
Now, there is a lot here that the Rubins have an opportunity to explain. For example, benches like Todd Rubin's that point toward the Pentagon, those honor people who were killed on the plane that day. Benches like this one over here that point in the opposite direction, away from the Pentagon, are in remembrance of those killed on the ground.
It's by age. It goes by the youngest, who was
by age.
By
okay,
age.
okay.
And
the youngest for the oldest.
To the oldest, right.
Okay.
And the youngest was a 3-year-old named Dana Falkenberg. There were only 59 on the airplane. They don't count the terrorists.
Where did it hit at?
This question comes up often. Carol points to the line where the old stone ends and the new stone begins. Like their grief, that line fades very slowly.
Reading about it is one thing, seeing it on TV in a documentary is one thing, but when you actually talk to someone that had someone that passed away in that incident or was involved in it, it brings a tear to your eye. You really get emotional about it. You really do.
To the world, this is the 10-year anniversary of 9/11 and the year Osama bin Laden was no more.
I'm glad that bin Laden's been caught and killed, but it doesn't change anything, really. They ask me, does it bring closure and all that crap? It's not closure. I'll never have closure, but I'm glad they got him.
People throw that closure word around quite a bit, don't they?
Oh, yeah. There's no closure for the families.
To the Rubins, this is the year Todd would have turned 50.
The years go by and he's gone, and that's it. I mean, I don't want you to feel sorry for me, but it's pretty sad.
They carry that sadness with them here once a month to this place where the sun feels just a little warmer and peace seems a little easier to find, and Todd seems not quite so far away.
It's a beautiful day.
At the Pentagon Memorial, Beth Parker, Fox 5 News.